What is up, guys? Welcome to today's video. In today's video, I want to do a little bit something different. I'm not going to be talking about Superman, Dragon Ball, any superhero stuff whatsoever. But what I will be talking to you about is some of my favorite procedural dramas, cop shows, firefighter shows, shows about first responders and all of that crazy stuff. And even, okay, one might surprise you. One might surprise you. I think you saw it on the thumbnail, but one might surprise you. But before we get into all of that, if you are new here, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Become a channel member today. Send a super thanks, all that good stuff. I thank you for all the support thus far, and I hope you continue with me on this journey. This has been a great year so far, just in this space. I don't care what's going on in the world right now. In this space, it's been really good, and yeah. But like I said, do all that good stuff. Let's jump right into this. Guys, if you know me, if you've been following me for a while, I'm a fan of procedural dramas. I like shows, other than, comedies and sitcoms or what. Well, I guess that's one and the same. I don't know why I said that. Other than like sitcoms and straight up, superhero shows and all of that good stuff, I like a good procedural drama. I like a good television drama as well, like All American, stuff like that. But I like a good procedural drama. Honestly, 99% of what me and my wife watch on a daily basis is a police procedural drama or a firefighter procedural drama. Something about first response. It's something about that line of work. The ones that I watch on TV, they're some of the good ones. They're my favorite ones. And I just want to jump into a list of shows that I actually thoroughly enjoy, and I will read them off for you or whatever, tell you what I think about them, and you let me know in the comment section if you feel the same way. Let's just start off with some of the easy ones, like Criminal Minds. I love Criminal Minds. I will admit, I have not caught up with the new season of Criminal Minds yet. I need to. I don't even know who's on the show anymore at this point, but I loved Criminal Minds. Me and my wife binge watched the original show a couple of years back. That was our nightly watch show as we went to bed. We would binge watch it until 12 a.m. knowing we had to be up for work bright and early. But yeah, Criminal Minds is always a good show. When Shamar Moore was on that joint, that was it. Like, that was my show. Shamar Moore is my guy. Another show is Law and Order and Law and Order SVU. I love those shows. And especially, I jumped into the original Law and Order when it came back for its revival. And then lo and behold, the second season of the revival, my boy Mehcad Brooks jumps in there. Like, I'm loving the new cast of Law and Order. Their cases, Law and Order SVU is about, SA and, stuff of that nature. Law and Order is legitimately like, well, it's like straight up murders, like stuff you would see every day. And the original Law and Order, it gets graphic. You deal with a lot of episodes of like police brutality, stuff of that nature. And like I said, that stuff interests me. The story that I don't know how they come up with. Well, I know how they come up with these stories because they pull them from real life. A lot of stuff that they deal with is from like real life things that happen. But it just seems like they up the ante. They up the ante every year. A show that I am currently watching right now, Blue Bloods. I mean, I've seen clips, and that's what made me want to start watching it. I saw clips on TikTok, and it immediately pulled me in. A show about a cop family, a family of cops. They have dinner every Sunday. The grandpa's still alive. The dad is still alive. And then he has 3 sons. He has lost one son in the line of duty, and that whole storyline throughout season 1 was insane. You have the daughter who's the DA. You have the granddaughter who I hear eventually does become a cop, but she starts off as like this 16-year-old kid. Man, the younger brother of the bunch, he went to Harvard Law School, was going to become a lawyer and decided to become a cop. He's a great beat cop in his own right. And the father is the police commissioner. And they just got a spinoff. I jumped on this show too late. I would have loved to have watched it in its entirety during its run. I'm jumping on when it just ended last season. That kind of hurts me a little bit, but I'm thoroughly enjoying it week to week. I'm currently on season 3. Me and my wife are locked in on this show. Found. I am so upset that Found got canceled because of NBC wanting to, incorporate sports and whatnot. Stupid NBA, right? Stupid NBA. Found was a unconventional police procedural drama because she's not a cop. She was a young girl, Gabby Mosley, played by the amazing Shanola Hampton, might I add. She was a young girl who was kidnapped by someone she thought was going to be good for her teacher. She was kidnapped by her teacher by the name of Sir. That's what he wanted to be called. She was kidnapped, held captive, and breaks free, gets free, and in return, she holds him hostage. When she finds him, she holds him captive. She has him held captive. But what does she also do? She runs M&A. It's an organization that she set up herself. That I'm trying to remember everything from this show because it was a lot. It's an organization that she set up herself with other people who have been held hostage or have had people go missing. Yes, she works in tandem with the police. She has a will they won't they relationship with one of the cops. But she doesn't trust the police. Well, she trusts the police, but she doesn't because she feels as if the police won't do what's needed to find these missing persons. And all she does with her team is find the missing person. She goes the extra mile. And the last season dealt with the fallout of her finally telling the truth of her having Sir. The second season was freaking amazing. And it ended on a freaking cliffhanger because they wanted to cancel it. I'll never forgive them for canceling Found. I'll never forgive them for that. I also never forgive them for canceling The Irrational, the Jesse L. Martin show. Yes, that was a procedural drama. He was also not a cop. That's what drew me to it. And Jesse L. Martin is off The Flash. That's one of my goats. So yeah, he's a professor who used to be married to a cop. They are now divorced. He was severely burned in an explosion, a murder attempt, and he works at a college. He's a professor of behavioral sciences or whatever, and he works with the police to solve crimes. It's a unconventional drama, just like Found. That's what drew me to it. I loved it. I'm so sad it ended. It also filmed in Vancouver. You saw a lot of actors, and locations from that show, from the Arrowverse shows, I should say. Another procedural drama, CSI. Who doesn't like CSI? Crime scene investigation. They also rebooted the show. Well, not reboot per se. I say they brought it back with an entirely new cast, but they brought back Gil Grissom. They brought back Sarah, and all the good original characters from the original show. I think the revival ran for like 1, 2, or 3 seasons. And then it got canceled. Why? Because CBS said, I don't know if we didn't have any room. We didn't have any room on the schedule. Another way to piss me off. I loved the revival of the show. It felt like coming home. I loved CSI. I had a lot of fan favorites on the original show. Nick, Lawrence Fishburne's character was freaking amazing. And then when Ted Danson came and took over, that's when I became a Ted Danson fan. So yeah. Another show, Bones. I love Bones. I loved Bones. Me and my wife put me on, but my wife put me on a lot of these shows because she watched them when she was younger. So my wife, and the thing is, she's younger than me. So what was she doing? Watching a lot of these cop shows with all this graphic stuff. But Bones with David Boreanaz, freaking amazing. What else? 911 Lone Star. I will never forgive 911 for killing off Bobby Nash. I will never forgive 911 Lone Star for not bringing back the McClane sister for their final season. Man, so much left on that cutting room floor. But the 911 shows, you deal with paramedics, firefighters, and police officers. The stories are amazing. They go through some insane adventures. And I'm sad that Lone Star had to end, but we are getting 911 Nashville this fall, so let's see what that has to offer. Still not forgiving Tim Minear, whatever his name is. Still not forgiving him for what he did to the GOAT, Bobby Nash. But those last few... A show has never made me cry so much than when Bobby Nash died. When he started praying, when he got on his knees to pray, then you find out that wasn't in the script. Let me move on. The Rookie and the Rookie Feds. That's all I have to say. Me and my wife got on The Rookie because of TikTok. TikTok put me on The Rookie. I love John Nolan. I love Lucy Chen. I love every single character on this show. This show just sucks you in every week when it's on, like every season, I'm mad that they made this a like January show now because I need it back in October. I need it, but I know I'm not gonna get it. But the Rookie and the Rookie, more so the Rookie, because the Rookie Feds was cool, but again, it was canceled. It was canceled because of I don't know. Some people say the ratings were bad. Other people say it was canceled because of the strikes. I think it was canceled because of the strikes because Niecy Nash, she's a good lead. Apparently, some people found her character annoying. I mean, some people found Nathan Fillion's character annoying when it first started too. I think that's the whole thing of these characters. They're older and they're trying to start new careers later on in their lives, which makes them annoying to the people around them. But then you grow to love them. I had no problem with either one of these characters. And I mean, the Rookie, it stood the test of time. It was plenty of times the show was talking about getting canceled. It had its own controversies and all that other stuff that I will jump into at a later time. But I love the Rookie. If you have not seen an episode yet, tune in. It's on Hulu. If you have Disney Plus with Hulu, it's on Disney Plus. I love the show. Let's jump into the Chicago One shows. You know, the one Chicago show, Chicago Fire, Chicago PD. I have not jumped into Chicago Med, but I should. But man, the fact that I binge watched Chicago PD first, I want to say last summer, and then when I finished binge watching Chicago PD, I jumped on Chicago Fire. Chief Bowden, I will protect that man with my heart. I'm mad he's no longer on the show as a regular. He was amazing. Taylor Kinney's character, I've been a fan of Taylor Kinney since the Vampire Diaries. When he played a werewolf. Everybody knows I love werewolves. Okay. Just letting it be known right now. Been a huge fan of that character for a while. So yeah, to see he's still on the show and, you know, to see the different relationships that he's went through, because he's went through a lot. But him and Stella, they're in game. Chicago PD, Hank Voight, I will do anything for Hank Voight. I will give my left arm for Hank Voight. Oh, Atwater, Kevin, that's my boy. That's my boy. The whole cast, even the new girl now, Kiana, she's amazing. Like, they figure out a way to keep these stories fresh and new every season. And I can't complain. I cannot complain. I just wish that Dick Wolf would know what he's doing when he's getting rid of certain characters, because like they need to be written off well, and some of them just leave and vanish into the sunset. If you know what I mean. Let me know what you think about that one down in the comment section down below. Another show that was survived the test of time. It was canceled, canceled again. It survived cancellation twice. And now it's getting its own spinoff with Shamar Moore. Yeah, I'm talking about you, SWAT. Another show that I jumped on way late. I started watching SWAT during the strikes because I heard about it getting canceled. And Shamar Moore jumping online and just, you know, calling out NBC, I believe it was, calling out NBC on their, you know, canceling it for no reason. Yeah, jumped right on it then, fell in love with the show, and I'm mad it's over. Again, an amazing cast of characters, amazing stories every single week. I always make fun of these procedural dramas. If the lead characters are detectives, the detectives handle all the cases, and the beat cops are just, you know, not important, I guess. The same with SWAT. SWAT handled everything in the show, and it's hilarious to me. But yeah, another amazing show. I'm not going to say gone too soon because it lasted 8 seasons, survived cancellation twice, and we're going to see what's up with this new spinoff whenever it gets a streaming platform, like whenever it gets a home to air on. They start filming it this summer, apparently. So, I mean, hey, we'll see what's up. What's another one? Scandal. Olivia Pope is the GOAT. I loved Scandal when it was out. It just, you know how that was more of my wife thing. I watched it with her, but it kept me entertained, and I cannot lie. A lot of the deaths on the show, they kind of hit me. I wasn't ready for some of them. What's another show? Let me see, because I'm looking at a list right now. When I was a kid, I used to watch In the Heat of the Night. Don't judge me. I watched that show with my parents. 2 more procedural dramas that you will not believe, though. Grimm and Lucifer. Hear me out. Yes, they are. Well, Lucifer is a DC Comics Vertigo character, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But yes, while Lucifer is in the DC universe, it is still, first and foremost, a procedural drama. They dealt with more police stuff than supernatural stuff in the early seasons. Same with Grimm. He solved crimes every week. It just had to do with Vesson being in it. And who doesn't like Grimm? A reboot is on the way of Grimm. Lucifer survived the test of time with cancellation a lot. Who doesn't love it? Who doesn't love it, right? Let me know what you're thinking about some of these. Will Trent. Ramon Rodriguez is an amazing lead. And Will Trent dealing with, you're talking about a show about a guy who was an orphan, grew up in foster care. He's dyslexic and works with the GBI. He's a weird dude, but in a good way. The cast of characters, once again, amazing. Amanda Wagner, come on now, one of the best chiefs, captains, whatever you want to call her, and they work side by side with the Atlanta PD, and they have a good working relationship, I will say. The cases, again, they keep you locked in. I've been locked in on this show. Mind you, this show started at the same time as The Irrational and as Found. This one survived while Found and The Irrational did not, sadly. But I mean, hey, it is what it is. That's TV. That's the TV business. But again, I thoroughly enjoy those shows. I'm still scrolling through this list to see if I missed anything. I wanted to get into FBI, but I have not yet. And plus, they're canceling all of them. Wild Cards. How could I forget about Wild Cards? I have not watched this season, but again, the first season had me locked in. The story of a criminal who gets partnered up with a cop who has a bad reputation. He's dealing with the murder of his brother at the same time. Yeah, that's an interesting premise. And they have this whole will they won't they relationship, because I believe at the end of the first season it turns out that she was secretly married or something and her husband showed up. But it's a weird show. It's a Canadian film show, so it just airs on the CW, and I have not had time to catch up on. Well, I've had time to catch up on it. I just did not really care to catch up on it because I'm mad at the CW right now, and I don't want to give them any type of attention and or business. If you get what I mean, don't judge me. Don't judge me at all. Grey's Anatomy. Judge your mama. Don't judge me. Grey's Anatomy is an amazing procedural drama. And by drama, I do mean drama. Also, Station 19. Station 19, another amazing show that ended way too soon for me. It may have ended way too soon for you. You may think Grey's Anatomy shouldn't still be going on either. But when Grey's Anatomy ends, somebody's going to have to come check on me. I love Grey's. I love Station 19. The Good Doctor. Prodigal Son. Let's talk about Prodigal Son for a little bit. Prodigal Son. Your dad's a serial killer. Your sister is a news reporter and you're a cop. Your dad's a notorious serial killer and you became a cop. That sold me on the show right then and there. Again, another show that was canceled. It was canceled during the pandemic. I still feel like it was too soon. It was way too soon. If I'm being completely honest, way too soon. First of all, The Pit, the new show that just aired on HBO Max, where each episode is an hour in the emergency room. Freaking love it. You get everything, like legitimate. This is an adult. Like, you think Grey's Anatomy is an adult medical drama. No, The Pit is an adult medical drama, and they start filming the second season in a couple of weeks. I think they started filming it, and it airs in January, so tune in. The Night Shift. I got put on The Night Shift through Netflix. Binge watched I think it was only one season. I think it was only, let me see. What does it say? I think it was 4 seasons. What am I talking about? I watched the entire show, loved every single minute of it. Dr. Odyssey is another good one, but I didn't finish it because we don't know if it's gonna get a season 2. So I did not want to waste my time watching a show that's gonna end on a cliffhanger. I hate doing that. I really hate doing that. But if I missed anything, let me know in the comment section. Just throw something out there and let me know. But until next time, if you are new here, like I said at the beginning of the video, please like, share, and subscribe. Do all that good stuff. Become a part of the Geek Drums Nation, like I talk about more than just superhero stuff. As you can see, I watch a variety of television, and I would love to get your opinions on the stuff that I have named off thus far. So I'll catch you all next.